Saturday, Missouri State, and you know, not a whole lot of recognizable names from the past anyway on that team, but they do run a spread offense. And you know, what kind of challenges do they present this weekend?
I think a lot of the challenges they present is they do a lot of things well. I think from a D-line perspective, we just got to play gap sound and play our technique and our responsibility and let the plays come to us instead of us trying to do too much. Because if we try to do too much, then that's what they expose, and I think in the long run it'll hurt us a bunch. So I think if we just play our responsibility and do our job, we'll be pretty good on defense.
Can you talk about what kind of influence that you've had on the defensive interior this year? You've had some guys around you go down due to injuries. You've been in there the whole time, and what have you tried to do to try to create some stability and also make you guys effective, especially in rushing situations for the opposition?
Yeah, right now we have Conrad, Nichols out, and Alec Lyons, and we have some younger guys, Kenyatta Rollins and Tyshawn. He's in my class, but we have them stepping up, and during practice I just try to communicate the most I can so they don't have to do as much thinking or anything like that, so they can just play football and not have to worry about the little things. It's football, and the simplest form is you just gotta have fun and do your job. So I think if I communicate and speak up and try to teach them little things, little techniques, that might help them just play faster. And pass rush wise, I think Kenyatta's gonna be a good pass rush. He's a little smaller, but he got the good quickness to him, and Tyshawn does some good things on the edges too. So I'm excited for this week and see how we do.
What in general have you been satisfied with defensively, and what do you think needs to improve defensively as you enter conference play?
I think what we got to pick up is just the attitude we have. I think coaches stress playing with a chip on their shoulder, and I just feel like we're not totally there yet. And I feel when we do have that chip and we do play with that chip, we could be the best defense in Missouri Valley, no doubt. But until then, we're just going to be just like every other team.
When you look at the importance of starting 1-0 in the conference, this is not a conference where you want to fall down to 0-1. I mean, especially with the teams you still have left on the schedule after Missouri State, and that's no disrespect to Missouri State. Obviously, they've been decent against you guys over the last couple of years, but just talk about the importance of that. And I don't want to call it pressure because each game has its own pressure, but it is important. And what kind of importance do you put on that as a player?
Well, the past 2 years we played them. They gave us everything they had, and last year I went down to the wire, and I believe the year before that went down to the wire too. But to finish at 1-0 in this week and starting off conference is just setting the tone for what we are and who we are and what we're striving to be, and that's a national championship team. And I just think coming out 1-0 after this week would just let everybody else know that we're here for good.